So this has been quite the year. So January has just been all snow and cold, so I was out riding, but not very far. Then as I mentioned, I ended up tweaking my back. We were out kind of fighting around in some heavy snow. And then the next day I was working at my desk. I felt really tight. I sneezed and that did me in. Right as my back has started to feel better, we've got a crazy cold snap, which is colder than I want to ride at, you know, down around 0 degrees Fahrenheit and all that, so I haven't been riding then either. And then right now, as it's warming up and my back is getting better, I feel like I have a cold coming on. So yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. So what do you do when you can't ride your bike? These are some of the things that I do. I know that people say it's always good to take a break from bikes and blah, blah, blah. I have zero interest in that. I always want to be able to ride my bike. I enjoy riding my bike. It's what I do to get away from it all, and that's my relief. I don't, you know, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I don't feel that I need a break from bikes.
Right now, this table is set up as a staging area for stuff I want to get out of here. Some of this is donations for a group called Akron Snow Angels that I work with. They help the homeless, so I need to get that stuff there. And then right beyond here, this is my bike washing station. So as I've mentioned, I've got a floor drain down here in this old basement, which is wonderful. And I have a hose and it's right across from the basement stairs here. So I can bring my bikes right in the back door, bring them down here when they're covered in snow and grit, hose them off. So that is one of my plans today, since I will not be riding, is to get this guy all cleaned up. I usually don't do this, but I came in that night and just went to bed and let it thaw. The next day I was going to wash it, but my back was hurt, so unfortunately it sat there. The one thing I like to make sure I always do is at least get the drivetrain clean on these bikes that are out in the salt. I am not the most crazy about keeping my bikes clean, especially in the summer. I watch the videos by people who wash their bikes all the time. They come in from every ride, wash their bikes. I try to make sure my drivetrain's clean. I do not always wash dust and dirt off a bike. I like to ride bikes. I don't like to clean bikes. But I do know that maintaining drivetrains is something that you need to do. In machines. So this area is dual purpose for me. It serves as a backdrop for the live stream, but it's functional because it's where I keep all my bike parts and bike tools. So this is always a good thing to get in order when you have a little bit of time. If you're someone who tinkers, you know, getting all your bike stuff back in order. I started over the holidays to get stuff organized by the kind of parts they are and stuff like that. But now everything could also use a good clean. And when it comes to the live stream setup, that could use some tweaking and cable management. The thing is, when I'm working on bikes or when I'm working on the live streams, doing the live streams, I just grab stuff and move stuff. I change mic settings. I change parts. So it's just stuff that's easy to get a little chaotic. Definitely ready for some cable management. This is just a mix of tool stuff and bike stuff as well. That is another great thing for me to get organized that I'm going to be working on today and tomorrow. Just getting everything back in order so I know where it is. You know, little projects you do, like I took the bar tape off certainly corner bars and it's still sitting there. Am I going to salvage, do something with it? If so, it needs to go somewhere. This little piece of wood just where stuff accrues that doesn't have a spot yet, or so I don't lose it. It kind of sits there. That all can go away. Yes, I've accumulated a lot of bike stuff. It's always worth going over that too when you get a minute. And then any projects. I have a couple unfinished projects here. I'm hoping to either finish them and get rid of them or break down some of this stuff over the winter and, you know, just move on. This is my winter little setup where I get my winter outer layers on, caps, hats, all that kind of stuff, boots. Always good to give that a once over. One of the things that helps with riding in the winter is keeping your stuff organized. I would like to do something with all these old wheels too. A lot of them are 26-inch mountain bike wheels that, you know, are a pain to get to. So it's worth going through these and seeing what I want and how I want to place them. The reason this box is here, I was getting rid of a bunch of cardboard, but Edmund is loving to play with this box, so I haven't been able to move it out of here yet.
Another thing is different kinds of outdoor activities that you enjoy. One for me is hiking. So me and Aaron have gone for a hike and we're gonna go for a hike tonight. By the time you see this video, I'll have some footage of that. And then I tie that in off also with shooting photos. I know other people like to run and things like that. That's actually something I miss, but with my sciatica and back, I've given up on running. And it's one of the reasons I ride even so much more now. For me, I'll also be up here in my photography studio working on my other channel. I have a photography channel. I kind of go in fits and starts with it. I'll make some content for it, get really into it, then say the weather changes, then I'm back out there riding my bike and making content for the YouTube channel that you guys actually watch. So the thing is, some of you know this, some of you don't. This channel was more about photography, and then when the pandemic hit and I was riding my bike everywhere and even riding my bike to make the videos, people only started commenting on really on the bike stuff. So kind of transitioned into a cycling channel, not on purpose. But I do have another channel where I still talk about that. I'll put a card up here if you're interested. Only click that if that's your kind of thing. But I talk about my professional work and a little bit about my hobby work. But yeah, this is my computer desk. I'm working on some videos right now. This one's actually a music video that I'm doing for some friends. I'll share a link to that when it's done in the Discord, but I'm also gonna be working on another video for my photography channel about using vintage lenses. Can't forget to mention watching Terry Berenson stream to Twitch. Also, I'm getting some shipping done today. If you haven't seen, we do have Grav bandanas in stock. These are a new one. They're really soft cotton, reverse colors the last time, yellow with pink print instead of pink with yellow print. So I had these done locally in Cleveland, and they are up on the website now. So I know most people, you have a list of projects you want to do, but they just keep getting pushed down the list with the actual urgent things you need to be doing in life. So those are a few of the things I've been doing that I'm going to show here. This is obviously an old building, a 1920s photography studio with some apartments above it, so I'm getting into some of the little things that I just want to do for me and some of the projects that need to be done. But I know everybody, no matter what, kind of has these lists in their life. When we've been cycling through an abandoned factory and all the tweakers were taking everything metal, I took a couple of these little wooden stool table things that were only going to end up in the dumpster, turned them into a number of things, and one holds my computer. I have another one that is in the front window for Edmund to look outside, and this one I decided to polyurethane the heck out of, and I use it for a little table in my bedroom where my laptop goes when I'm watching YouTube at night or doing a little photo editing before bed. This used to be the studio's darkroom. We've long since turned it into a wood shop. It's for building sets and maintaining the apartments upstairs and just the old 1920s studio in general. This old darkroom sink still comes in handy, but there used to be two of them. Years ago, the old owner had me take the other one out and we put this board in. And just now, something I wanted to do for a long time, I'm finally polyurethaning the raw wood so it'll be more washable and just look nicer and match these other ones. That'll also be another thing to do here is clean everything up, you know, saws, sanding, all that stuff. Everything just gets covered. So I don't just read books about riding bikes, but I happen to be reading a book that is about riding bikes right now. So we had actually talked about the concept or the idea of doing a little Discord book club. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, like all reading the same bike book, and then I'd never run a book club. Having meetings to talk about it. We'll see. I don't know, workshop that idea, but just a thought. So I'll be curious to know what everybody else gets into when you're not out riding your bike or when you specifically cannot be out riding your bike for reasons that are beyond your control. So are you a hiker? Are you a runner? Do you have other hobbies that you jump into, painting, photography, blah, blah, blah? Let me know down below. Hopefully some more bike content coming up early next week. Hopefully I'm able to get back out there. I like making bike riding videos. So anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace.